Hey, yo, what's going on, guys? Your boy Pony Montana, and in this video, we are going to be going over a secret adjustment in cover 2 that is going to allow you to play outside routes a lot better. Cover 2 is terrible, and in this video, we're going to make it just a little bit better for those of you guys who are still looking to run cover 2 in Madden 23. Now, before I get into it, if you guys could do me the favor of liking the video, subscribing if you are new, and leaving a comment down below. It doesn't matter what it is. Comment FTA because it's for the algorithm, and that's what all these videos are pretty much trying to do. We're trying to get into the algorithm so we grow as fast as possible. So quick video today just to show you guys a very useful tip for those of you guys who still want to run a cover 2 is how do you make cover 2 defend deep routes like verticals. Well, today we're going to go over that adjustment. Now, if you come out in a regular nickel, now mind you, this is only going to work in nickel formations, nickel, some dime formations, and I believe you can sneak this in dollar as well, but mainly you're going to be able to find this in most nickel formations. So if we come out in any regular nickel, so let's just come out in nickel over, and we're going to come out in Tampa 2. When you go to do your assignments and your adjustments in nickel, if you're facing someone who's spamming, cover 2, just a regular streak is going to absolutely destroy you on the sideline. And the reasoning for that is because of the streak in the middle of the field, and then the streak on the side is literally going to make it so that your safety here, he doesn't know which one to play. So you see how he starts running kind of closer to the streak because he's closer to him and not trailing towards the sideline until Trevor Lawrence starts his animation. So once Trevor Lawrence starts his animation, that's when he starts chasing the actual throw, as you can see. And I believe how quick they react to that is dependent on how much their awareness and their zone coverage is. So this route ends up open against cover 2 all the time. Extremely frustrating, and there's just so many holes in a cover 2 defense that it's very frustrating for people who want to run this kind of defense. Now in this video, we're going to go over an adjustment that's going to help you guys out tremendously when it comes to this. So we're going to go ahead and call timeout. Actually, before I call timeout, before I showcase exactly what it is, we're going to go back and call the same thing real quick. We're going to call cover 2 just to showcase what your safeties adjustments can actually do. So we got deep zone here, which is one that we can actually keep, and that's just simply by going in a deep half. So even if we change him and put him in a yellow, we can always change him back and put him in a deep half here. We can put him in an inside third, which puts him going towards the middle. We can put him in a hook curl, which is a yellow. We can put him in a curl flat, which is a purple. We can put him in man coverage. We can man him up on anybody on the field pretty much because he is a single high safety. Excuse me, not a single high safety, but he's one of the safeties that are up top pretty much. You can either blitz him, you can put him in an inside quarter, and I believe that's it. Oh, and you can put him in a spot. But there's nothing that's going to help you guard the sidelines. So let's go ahead and call timeout and show you guys the adjustment that you guys can do if you guys are truly looking to run cover 2. Now, for those of you guys who are comfortable with your quick adjustments, this video is going to throw you for a loop because it's going to change pretty much most of them. So we're going to go ahead and let's just call it out of cover 3. And you're going to look at your packages. Now, whenever you are in a nickel package and you're looking to run cover 2, I am going to suggest that you find a cover 2 where you're allowed to put a safety at nickelback. Now, I'm not saying press triangle and go over to your nickel cornerback and press X and then change him to a safety. I'm saying he has to be placed into the package. Now, it doesn't have to be a safety. After you switch to the package, then you could put a cornerback back in that package. But for this specific adjustment, you're going to need to have this here. If you guys are not seeing me change it, you're going to need to have this thing right here be a package where it puts a safety into that package, or else this adjustment is not going to work for you. So if you're coming out in nickel 3-3, safety NB means that you're putting a safety in at the nickelback formation. And then if you go into nickel over, you keep sliding over. CB inside doesn't do it. LB right doesn't. Big nickel is the same thing. If I look at the substitution and look at 26, it should be a strong safety or a free safety in this position, depending on who you have you know, within your depth chart. If I go to double mug and I go and I slide over, DE swap, 4 DEs, none of this helps. We're looking for FS inside or SS inside, because now it's putting a free safety inside, or if it's going SS, it's putting your strong safety inside. And again, if we check the substitution, it should be a safety here. So any of these where you're doing that, SS1 inside, SS2 inside, the wording is different in a lot of these different formations, so you might have to play around with some of the different ones, like dime. This dime doesn't have it because it has the two blitzing cornerbacks, so dollar might not have it, but like dollar, like a sugar dollar might have it. You know, obviously it's one of those things that you guys have to play around with. But the adjustment that we're going to be talking about is, once you do that and you are in one of those positions, you're going to go ahead and call a cover 2, and let's call a vertical route now. And even if we shade over the top, excuse me, shade underneath to where they're playing a hard flat. So now let's look at our safeties. Now he's in a deep zone again, so we're going to press X, and now look at the difference in the adjustments that you can potentially do. If I wanted him to guard somebody that's on the right side, we can do that. He is now, his only job is to guard pretty much anything that is going deep or blitzing. As you can see, we can put him on a blitz. We can put him on a middle third. We can put him on an outside third on the left side. We can put him on a deep half on the left side. So we can keep that deep half that no one likes because it just doesn't seem to play anything. We can put him on a middle read. We can put him on a deep half on an outside third to the right. We can put him on a deep half to the right. But the adjustment that we're going to be looking at, without having to take your safety and moving him all the way over here, is we're going to put him on an outside third to the left. Okay, that is going to be the main adjustment that we are going to keep track of. And what this does, this essentially, it puts him in a deep blue. Say he was the cornerback, so we're gonna quick adjust our cornerback, and look, there is literally not a difference between the kind of defensive adjustment that this is. So we're gonna go ahead and keep him there, and we're gonna move Diggs all the way back. And this also changes the adjustments for your nickel cornerback as well. Now he can go into seam flat, hard flat, curl flat, vert hook, which is very, very useful. But now this specific route does not work as it was intended. So now if you guys are looking to run this play and they throw that, it's going to be a little bit harder to get that throw off, simply because now he's all the way, he runs towards the sideline, he shades towards that left side instead of just focusing his attention on number 7 here. As you can see, the ball's thrown, and he's already focused towards that left side. Now, if you guys are looking for any type of abilities to help utilize this even better, deep out zone KO is going to be the one. I would prefer to put a deep in zone on one of the linebackers that you might not be using if you guys are in, you know, nickel 3-3 or a big nickel over G. So if I put this up, I actually just hiked the ball on accident. Oh, good defense. But again, as you can see, he went and guarded the guy that was straight on the sideline instead of actually guarding something else. So I'm just gonna go ahead and blitz Woolen here, and we're gonna go ahead and put Diggs on that deep zone here, and I'm gonna put Jones here, so he's, you know, we got somebody that's out there. So our safety here should go ahead, and this guy here should go ahead and play the vertical that's on that left side. Okay, so just so it doesn't look like this guy is left open, we're gonna go ahead and man him up. So these guys are manned up, and we're gonna end up using this guy just for the sake of the video. And then we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna throw to square, and as you can see, that sideline pass is no longer there. It's not a viable option. No, it's no longer a good option for the quarterback to throw, simply because of where we put our adjustment. We put him on that outside third, and this is no longer a pass that's easily completed. This is how, and the only way, that you are going to be able to run a cover 2. So when you are running a cover 2, for some extra hits, for some extra help when it comes to this, when you are running a cover 2, you're going to be able to have this guy in a vert hook. Okay, so what a vert hook does, it's gonna guard any vertical streak at first, and then it's gonna come down to guard any yellow zone that is within the area. So we're gonna have this guy up here, we're gonna have our vert hook here, and then even if you have a mid read here, this guy's gonna follow anything that goes up the field as well. So you don't really need a deep blue when it comes to this, because you have two very good routes that help with this, but sometimes you are gonna want to have that deep blue. And to showcase that, vertical did not do anything. The vert hook, oh, you're supposed to have it on match coverage. I apologize. If you have it on match coverage, the vert hook leans up with him, and again, I'm gonna want to have a deep blue somewhere, because I'm not gonna want to deal with that. So we're essentially running a cover 3 towards the middle side of the field, towards this specific side of the field, while having the edge pretty much guarded. And this is going to be the defense, and you're going to be able to guard pretty much any cover 2 beating route that is on the field. As you can see, we're there, and we end up getting a nice beautiful interception with Diggs, and it allows us to pretty much run cover 2 a lot more efficiently. It's a lot of explaining, but obviously cover 2 is almost dead, and I feel like this kind of revives it a little bit. And not only does this help, but if you do have that ability, that deep out zone KO on your safety, one thing that people aren't going to be able to do against you is aggressive catch you, because not only do you have a safety, a cornerback here that is already looking at the cornerback and never turning his hips, now you have a safety coming out of the blue to help defend any passes that are going out there. And if you have pick artist or tip drill on this guy specifically, you're gonna go crazy with it, and you're gonna do amazing things, and you're gonna dominate, and you're gonna be able to sit there and pretty much guard most routes coming out of zone, which is very unique because not a lot of people run zone. So again, we're gonna go ahead and throw this, and our cornerback's gonna be out there, and because the ball's too far out, he doesn't even need to make a play on that. Hopefully this video helps you guys run cover 2. I know it was a lot of explaining, but obviously in the end it is all worth it, because this will make you a better cover 2 runner, and it'll be nice to be able to sneak in these defenses against people that are that get used to whatever it is that you're running. This is going to be very, very unique, and something that a lot of people just are not used to. This is how you run cover 2 a little bit more efficiently. One last time, simple. We're just going to go ahead and take this guy, put him on an outside third, the safety, put him on an outside third, and then have one of these guys in a deep blue. So you're simply running a cover 2 with a deep blue, but instead of having a deep zone out there, you have an actual outside third, which is helping you out tremendously. So this right here is going to clamp up most people that are, average players, because they're not going to know how to beat this unless they're running the ball pretty much every single down. My name is Pony Montana. I know I talk a lot, and I apologize, but I like to be thorough when I make these videos, and I appreciate it if you made it to the end of this. If you guys are struggling with anything, leave it down in the comment section, and I'll see you guys in the next one. And as always, 2 fingers, deuces, subscribe if you're new, and peace out.